Hi guys, my name is Christina and welcome to my channel. And on this channel we'll talk a lot about how to create comics, and I'm sharing everything I learned after creating my comic for more than 6 years. I'm still creating it and I'm sharing everything I've learned and everything I am learning as I go. But we'll also talk about art, how to create art, how to enjoy creating art, and how to create art professionally and earn money with your art. Because this is something that I've been doing for my career, all my life, all my working life. So if any of this is interesting for you, please make sure to engage with the buttons and things down below. It really helps the channel, and channel in turn I hope can help you. So the topic of today's video is I wanted to talk how I personally use music and just audio information and audio stuff while drawing and while creating my comic, and you know, just maybe these ideas will help you because I definitely can see how using it different ways can help the productivity. So that's the topic for today. Let's talk about it. Usually when I create a video and I talk about different topics, I like to talk about them overall, how you can do this or how you can do this. But in this particular one, I'm gonna do like a lot, because obviously using music and loving music and, you know, things you do that helps you draw gonna be very personal. So today I'm gonna be just sharing my experience, and because I understand it might not be the same for you, but I'm gonna share how it works for me, and maybe you can try it out. Maybe just by listening to this, you're gonna know that it's not gonna work for you at all. But yeah, I definitely notice how, depending on what I'm listening to, how it can improve my productivity depending on what I choose to listen during what drawing stages of my comic that I have. So yeah, so I thought I'd share it with you today. So first of all, as you probably can guess, I do like listening to things as I draw, and I like to listen to different things during different stages of my creation. I actually absolutely hate silence. The only reason when I would, for example, draw in complete silence is just because I'm going through some really serious thought process. I know I'm really pissed at something, I'm really upset about something, and this is like where I really want to like to listen to my thoughts. And yeah, then still I would just put some meditation music, or I don't know, like binary beats or something like this. I'm one of those guys. But I distinctly notice different ways, different types of audio information that I can listen. If I'm listening to just plain music, there's several occasions why I would do that. But usually if I'm doing to the music that just have very routine and monotone beat that I can just listen on repeat, that really just you know, like a kind of like a dance type of music, this is the one I listen to when I just have to get stuff done, when there's a lot of creativity involved and a lot of thoughts involved. I just need to really get out of the park and get it done. Usually I listen to this for work when I have to do something really quick and I have no time and no opportunity to just think, what is more beautiful, what is my artistic soul is telling to me. No. I put music like this to just kind of do actions with the beat, like put strokes with the beat, like do action, open things, close things, you know, kind of like it gives me a rhythm and helps me to just not slow down and keep me going. This is something I would be for my comic. This is something that I rarely listen to. This is something I do for work if I have to get something done really quick. It's again something not I'm listening like constantly. It's one of the occasions I need to actually do something fast. For my comic, I did it, put music like this where I was redrawing my comic, and I have the video about me redrawing my comic and explaining how I'm doing. I still need to do part 2, which I'm going to do. But basically at some point, long story short, I decided to redraw chapter 2, 1, it's not chronological order, wait, 1, 2, a little bit of chapter 3, just because of the style inconsistency that I had in those chapters that I drew early on. I didn't really like the drawing style and it wasn't consistent, and overall I decided to draw it. It was a big undertaking. It's something that I was thinking about for a long time, but was very apprehensive and scared. And when I started, I wasn't sure if I can commit because it was so many pages, and it's like drawing all of the chapters all over again while I supposed to go forward in the comic in chapter 9 and whatnot. To start to just, I wanted to prove myself if I can get through this and I can actually, you know, can get it started. I wanted to get maybe a couple pages in some sort of progress, maybe not couple, like 5 pages in some sort of progress on being redrawn, to see how viable it is, how possible it is for me to do in the amount of time that I wanted to do it, which is like 2 months. So this is where I put like music that had just beat and like technically just what it does, like make me not think, not dwell, not think about what I would rather do or what I would rather do artistically, or just think about how miserable I am doing it. Like it just just give me a rhythm to work through. So this is when I did it. Or sometimes I do it if like something happens, like something that happened today, computer would glitch and I would lose some progress on my page and I kind of have to redraw something that I already drew. This is something I absolutely hate doing, like seriously thinking about that I have to do something again that I already done and completed. It's just, especially if it's art, especially if it's like my page, it's a traumatic thing for me. I really hate doing the same thing. I'd rather, like sometimes computer, when I was writing a novel, would delete my chapters or something, my progress on writing. I would just it will derail my whole plot. Like I couldn't be literally writing the same chapter again. It's just not gonna happen. I think because I'm more of a pantser also, like I can just, if I do, I have to do it, I don't know, I cannot do it again. It's just something that I hate. So with the comic, it's like I have to like, it helps me not to think of how much I'm pissed and how much I'm unhappy, and it takes my mind away from all of this and gives me just a rhythm to keep going. So this is why I'm listening to this type of music. Another time when I'm listening to music that is, for example, very like emotional, very, you know that type of music, you know, that is like either from the movies or like songs that really like scream some emotions out. This is the music if, for example, I have some concept that I want to draw, like a cover, something like this, more of a standalone piece that I like to play as I'm sketching it out to kind of be to be pumped. Ew. Not good with English today. I had to be inspired and just get this emotion going and giving me myself like this excitement and being like really passionate about what I'm doing to get a drawing usually in the state when I have lines outlined and I have colors, like sketchy colors over there. So it's like something like this. Sometimes if this music keeps me like going forward and excitement doesn't die out, I will continue with the music, but it usually dies out there. So usually it's like concept-y state where I'm just exploding with these ideas and, you know, making sure like I'm like just having fun and creating this cool compositions, cool dynamic and stuff like this. So this is the moment when I'm like listen to this more emotional music. But other than this, I just cannot listen for it for a very long time. I get tired emotionally from it. I just want to come down and, you know, just it's not gonna last me at all through the whole process of creating something from beginning to end. Nope. I can only do it in the beginning, and then I usually get tired from this music and I need to listen to something completely different. Then another type of music that I'm listening that is usually very monotone, but it doesn't have to be necessarily high energy, like something like a dance music. It has to be just pretty monotone. Usually it's some sort of folk music that has certain vibe, and this vibe just keeps going and repeating. It doesn't usually have this like flow of like a song. That's what I used to do, like usually what I do. I have new process now, but this is usually what I used to do for when I'm creating lines for my comic, when I'm outlining, when I just want to kind of have this monotone music to kind of have like an ambience that makes me choose camera angles, poses for the characters, just beats of the panels and panels on the page and whatnot to keep them consistent with certain mood. I usually have certain music that I have in mind for certain characters and for certain situation, and usually it's very monotone and slower, way slower. It just keeps me to have like the mood going. So I kind of like not like subconsciously, but not like intuitively too. I think it's just easier for me to just draw with the rhythm and the mood and the emotion of the music. This is how I make choices with how I'm gonna structure my panels, where my beats are gonna be, how long the beats are gonna, like where are my beats and what I'm focusing on, just have this mood. So this is helpful for me to do like this way. So yeah, this is something that I like listening to during like outlining stage. The last one is when I like to listen to like a very calm music. That's actually something that I mentioned. If, for example, I really have a lot to think about it, I'm like angry, emotional, sad, whatever. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I can be sad and it can be very dysfunctional. Not that. Nothing is wrong with me, but basically, you know, when you're sad and you're just really upset and you're like thinking and overthinking something, I don't know, just life happens, whatever. Sometimes, a lot of the times, it prevents me from drawing because those thoughts are so overwhelming, they're distracting and my mind needs to go through them. So in order to not let negative things in life to make me not draw, I like to put some music that is more like meditative or very like binary beats type of thing. So it like helps my mind to just keep rolling, and if I'm upset about something, just keep like being upset about something, but at least it gives avenue for my mind to just keep rolling and just helps like structure my thoughts, and I can be drawing at the same time. Usually I draw slower and I pause and be like but it's okay, at least I'm drawing. So this is, yeah, this is kind of how I'm using that type of music. And that's it for the music on its own. Then I really like listening to things when people are speaking. I like really watching some videos and I like listening to audiobooks, and this is something that is the most important part that I listen to. This is the most things I'm listening to, just because, I don't know, for me, I really need to have like a lot of information coming in, and if I have only music, like I feel like my brain is kind of hungers for like information. I always need to have something in my ears, some information that I can be digesting, and I don't like just listening to, I don't know, news or something. It has to be something that I'm interested in it because I really pay attention to what I'm listening to. Sometimes it's like a combination. I used to do it in school. I used to draw all the time during school lectures and whatnot, and I remember better when I draw. And I seem to draw more consistently and for longer period of time if I'm listening to something. So listening to something keep me interested in something that I'm listening to enough that if, for example, my interest in drawing in particular, for example, you have to draw for hours and hours. If, for example, I feel a little bit bored from that, I don't notice that because I listen to something still interesting. So it's like a symbiotic relationship. Not necessarily I'm very passionate and interested in drawing a button or drawing a finger or drawing an eyebrow. Like, no, I'm lying. Eyebrows I'm always very passionate to draw. But like something that is, you know, like painting is not consistent on only things that you really love to draw. Like I would say 80% is like something that you have to draw and 20% something that you absolutely love to draw, like eyes, like hair, and the rest is going to be like something that has to be drawn for the picture to make sense. So if I'm not necessarily excited to just, you know, spend 2 hours drawing clothes for the characters several times for one page, I might be interested to continue listening to this lecture or this audiobook, and for this I like to pick something that is continuous, like a very long lecture, like hour-long lecture or long audiobook. And it's like something that I absolutely love because something I like to be like paused on this when I stop drawing, because then I have to continue listening to this instead of looking for something new to draw. And sometimes when I'm really just absolutely have to do something, like not like absolutely have to, like when I have to complete the drawing, it's literally pages almost done, I just need to draw like this hand in this pose, and I kept it to the last because it's an annoying pose and I will have to like, it's not like gonna be drawn easy, I have to think a little bit about this, like something like this, but otherwise page is almost done, Christina, you just have to just do that. Or like there's usually a couple pages like this when I just didn't finish a couple things. When it's something like that, I like to put more of a video type of thing where it's not necessarily just a lecture, it's just when people talking, showing, like, you know, when videos that actually have videos and you have to actually look. This is something that I do, so it's like keeps me even more interested. It's like, see, there's entertainment, you can look at this. Sometimes I actually would put a TV show. This is how I watched majority of Voltron, because I was just finishing all these pages. And yeah, this is something where I really need to get myself interested when I'm like, oh, I don't want to draw this like knee again and again. Actually, lying again, knees are amazing. Knees I like to draw. Should I make a video about random things that I really love to draw? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it later. But yeah, so something, for example, like a sneaker, to finish a sneaker, or like sneakers, I'm irrelevant, I don't like drawing sneakers. Something just random, or you know, like usually it's like hand holding something, just when you have to actually think, okay, how's rotate in space. So something like this, yeah, I would watch something like even movie or TV show or something like this to just get it done. So yeah, that's about it. That's about concludes this very odd video about how I use music. And yeah, I hope it is interesting for you, and let me know how you guys are using music and how you're utilizing that, because to me it's something that essential for me to be productive, like not music, I think audio stuff. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about it, and what are your methods, how you're using music. Do you even like drawing in the music when the music is playing, or you absolutely hate it? To me, music and sounds are very important, and yeah, so, and I'm also curious to learn what you guys have to say. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're gonna have good days till the next video, when I'm gonna wish you a good day again. And thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.